Assalamu alaikum listeners, I'm Sarta Bani and you are tuning in to Pitch Talk on Inspire FM. In this show, we'll be discussing the latest cricket news. So if you do have any questions, feel free to phone Inspire FM and we'll get those questions answered in the next show, inshallah. So I'll give you a brief overview of the topics. The first news which I'll be discussing is about England cricket. They are set to reject the future pink ball Ashes series test. So the second news which I'll be discussing is about Phil Salt, England's wicketkeeper batsman, as he is set to join Welsh Fire. And the next news is about the Pakistan Cricket Board, as they are announcing the schedule for the series against Australia, which will take place this month. And then I'll also be discussing the fourth news, which is about Virat Kohli, and he breaks yet another cricket record. And he's been performing very well, exceptionally for India over the last probably last 10 to 12 years, but especially over the last few years, and he's scored a lot of centuries, mainly in ODI cricket, as he's recently, as you know, he's retired from Test cricket and T20 cricket, so his main focus is ODI cricket, so he's been churning up the runs in that format, and we'll discuss a bit about him in detail, and we'll also go over his stats, because what a player he is. So, as I mentioned, if you do have any questions, feel free to phone Inspire FM and we'll get those questions answered in the next show, inshallah. So, without further ado, I'm moving on to the first topic. The first news is about England cricket, and they are set to reject the future pink ball Ashes test. So, England Cricket Board are planning to reject any proposals to play a day-night test using a pink ball under lights in the next Ashes series in Australia. The England and Wales Cricket Board indicated their stance for the 2029 to 2030 series to Cricket Australia following the post-Ashes talks between senior officials. England lost a one-sided day-night test at the Gabba in Brisbane by 8 wickets last month to go 2-0 down in the Ashes series, which they eventually lost 4-1. So discussions which have been held by the ECB and Cricket Australia were mainly focused and mainly spoke about maintaining the Ashes as a blue ribbon series at a time where the future of Test cricket is under scrutiny. So they are relying on the Ashes to really bring that fire and attraction in Test cricket, simply because of the opposition, the two teams playing, and the rivalry in history between England and Australia when it comes to cricket. So England lost one-sided day-night test, as I mentioned. So England and Australia are due to play the one day night test at the Melbourne Cricket Ground in March 2027. And this was to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the first ever test at the same venue. So these plans were shown in August 2024, and it's understood that England will get the opportunity to also play a warm-up match before the big match at the MCG. So the decision to play the anniversary match at a day-night test has not been a very good or popular decision, which can go to a rethink and reach more strategies in terms of how can they make this plan better, or if this plan should even take place going forward. So the pink ball test do hold appeal and attraction to broadcasters, and it gives the viewers a friendly time slot and figures for the Ashes test in Brisbane, which have higher viewer percentage than the matches in Perth and Adelaide. So, however, the Cricket Australia has not come to contractual agreements with host broadcasters in Australia, Seven and Fox, to have an annual pink ball test. Australia is due to also host Bangladesh and New Zealand in 2026 to 2027, and none of those 8 tests will be pink ball games. Day-night tests were sanctioned by the International Cricket Council in 2015, and this was for the hope that the audiences would be more encouraged and they would be more attracted, as I mentioned, to Test cricket, and Test cricket would become the main pinnacle in cricket overall. So then it can attract cricket in terms of economically and globally, and then it can bring also more money and more fans to the game. The concept has been embraced in Australia. So 14th of the 25th day-night tests have been played there. Australia also has been an outstanding record in day-night tests, winning 14 of their last 15 fixtures. Worldwide, England have won 2 of their 7, including 4 defeats in Australia. On the eve of the second test in Brisbane, England batter Joe Root questioned whether the Ashes needed a pink ball test. He said that a series like this, does it need it? I don't think so, but it doesn't mean it shouldn't be here either, Root said in the test match special. So, despite the different colours, the pink and red balls which are used in Australia do not offer different amounts of swing and seam movement to pace bowlers. The challenge for batters is seeing the pink ball under floodlights. Australia left-arm quick Mitchell Starc has been taking more wickets than any other bowler in day-night tests, partly because of the number of deliveries he bowls, which is above 87 miles per hour. So I'd say that in terms of, if you were to ask my opinion on the Ashes between England and Australia and the whole pink ball idea, I feel that it's a very good idea in terms of having day-night tests because it brings more. It makes the game more interesting, and it brings a different type of flavour to the game because we're more used to seeing the game be played in the daytime. So if it's a day-night test with the pink ball, I say the pink ball, from my experiences of watching cricket, especially Test cricket, it's more harder to face, and I think that it's dominated the bowlers and it's helped the bowlers, assisted them more than the batsmen as compared to the red ball. So I feel that personally, the pink ball should stay in the game of cricket, and it should mainly be used, especially in the big Test series. This can be England versus Australia, it can be Australia versus New Zealand, it can be India versus New Zealand, it can be India versus Australia, India versus England. I say that the pink ball is a very important part of Test cricket, and I think that even if day-night tests will probably bring more fans and more crowds in Test cricket, and it will keep Test cricket alive. So the second news which I'll be discussing is about the Pakistan Cricket Board. They announced the schedule for the series against Australia. The Pakistan Cricket Board on Wednesday has officially announced the schedule for Australia's 3-match T20 tour of Pakistan, which is set to take place later this month at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore. The series will be played on the 29th of January, the 31st of January and the 1st of February, with all 3 matches scheduled at evening fixtures. Australia's T20 squad is expected to arrive in Lahore on Wednesday the 28th of January. The upcoming series will provide vital match practice for both teams ahead of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026, and this is scheduled to take place in India and Sri Lanka from the 7th of February to 8th of March. Pakistan have been placed in Group A alongside India, the USA, the Netherlands and Namibia, while Australia will compete in Group B with Sri Lanka, Ireland, Zimbabwe and Oman. This tour will mark Australia's third visit to Pakistan since March-April times 2022, where they toured the country for a historic Test series, followed by an ODI series and a solitary T20. Australia has also played 3 of their ICC Champions Trophy 2025 matches in Pakistan. The Kangaroos registered a now 3-wicket victory in the only T20 they played at the Gaddafi Stadium on the 5th of April back in 2022. The PCB Chief Operator Officer Sumer Ahmed expressed optimism about the series and urged fans to support their team. Sumer Ahmed said that he is very excited and looking forward to host Australia for the 3-match T20 series in Lahore. The tour marks a blockbuster beginning of the year for Pakistan cricket fans, and he urges them to turn up into the crowds, into the stadiums, in order to have more attraction and build the brand of Pakistan cricket and bring Pakistan cricket forward in terms of viewership as well. And that both teams should be well supported and they should put the final touches to their T20 World Cup preparations. He also added that I'm sure the Gaddafi Stadium has become a familiar sight for Australian cricket team, as they have played a Test, 5 ODIs and a T20 series since March 22 over there. So, looking back, the men in green last played against Australia in November 2024 for a white ball series. Under Mohammad Rizwan's captaincy, the men in green secured a historic 2-1 victory in the ODI series, marking their first series win in Australia since 2002. However, Australia bounced back by winning the subsequent T20 series 3-0 in Australia. So, historically, Pakistan and Australia have faced each other 28 times in T20 internationals, with Australia winning 14 of those games, with the Green Shirts having claimed 12 victories, with one match ending in a tie and another producing a no result. So, if I was to talk about the schedule of the Pakistan and Australia T20 series, the first T20 is set to be played on the 29th of January, Thursday. So this is 6 p.m. Pakistan time. So second T20 Saturday, the 31st of January, same time, 6 p.m. Pakistan time. Third T20 is the 1st of February, Sunday, 6 p.m. Pakistan time. So I'd say the Pakistan vs Australia series is very good, especially Pakistan, is because they're going to have a good series to play against a good team ahead of the World T20. It will help them complete their preparations. Some players who are coming back in the squad, probably I'm talking about the likes of Babar Azam and Shaheen Afridi, they'll get some rhythm and they'll get some international practice, match practice, which is very vital if they want to do very well in this T20 World Cup, which is important to Pakistan, because I'd say that Pakistan has a good chance of winning this T20 World Cup if you were to discuss their overall combination, their batsmen. So the likes of Sami Ayub, Fakhar Zaman, Saibzada Farhan, Salman Ayaga, we'll discuss a bit about him, but the innings he played, I think, a few days ago against Sri Lanka was amazing innings, surprising by him, because it's not an innings we expect of him, but I say he played very well. So even the likes of Khwaja Nafi, Mohammad Nawaz, Fahim Ashraf, Shadab Khan, these guys will be very important for Pakistan's success in T20 cricket and in their lineup. So I'll also say that Pakistan spinners Mohammad Nawaz, Shadab Khan, Saim Ayub and Abrar Ahmed, they'll be very vital, especially in the middle overs. They'll be important if they can provide crucial breakthroughs, and they can bowl at a good steady economy, building up pressure. So I feel that Pakistan have a good chance, even in their paces. Salman Mirza, I think, in one of the games where he took 3 wickets against Sri Lanka in the recent concluded series. Shaheen Shah Afridi, we all know what he's capable of, especially in the first overs. He's very good, when it comes to bowling in the first overs with the new ball. His in-swingers to the right-handers is very vital and very dangerous. He's a very dangerous weapon that he has and he possesses as a fast bowler. So I say that even him and Wasim Jr. is also another fast bowler. And Naseem Shah, he can be very good with the new ball where he can swing the ball both ways. So I'd say if you were to discuss my opinion from this T20 series, Pakistan will have to win it to show the world that they are serious contenders to win this World T20 in Sri Lanka. So this Australia series against Pakistan, the most important thing, interesting thing which I would like to see is that will Australia bring their full A team to Pakistan. It'll be very interesting if they do, but if they don't, then it will raise concerns again, because in the past we have seen that Australia have not really brought their A team to Pakistan. The reason is because there's so much T20 leagues around the world, so they have a focus and an emphasis on playing T20 leagues, making money, and that they probably don't take Pakistan cricket team very seriously. And who can blame them, because Pakistan have lost very badly over the last few years. Even against the likes of teams like USA and Zimbabwe, so Pakistan have ruined their reputation in cricket when it comes to performances and winning matches. So I say that if you discuss my opinion, if Australia do bring their A team, Pakistan will have to win this series and prove the world, prove international cricket and the world cricket and all teams that they are serious semi-final contenders and contenders to lift the trophy in February in 2026 World T20. Moving on to the next news is about Phil Salt, England's wicketkeeper batsman, as he's at Welsh Fire, and they are set to announce him as one of the 3 direct signings for the 2026 edition of the 100. It's the 29-year-old opener who previously played for Manchester Originals will become one of the Welsh Fire's top earners. A Cardiff-based franchise said the arrival of Wales-born Phil Salt represented a real cope, giving them a real interest and value in him from other teams in the 100. Phil Salt has substantial global franchise experience, including playing in the Indian Premier League, and he has made 1,540 runs at an average of 38.50 in 50 T20 internationals for England. He was given a 1-year central contract by England in November, and teams are allowed to directly sign or retain 4 players before the auction. A new edition for this season is set to take place in March. Welsh Fire are also planning to bring former Australian captain Ricky Ponting on board in a strategic adversary role. The 51-year-old was initially said to be in the running for head coach, but it's understood that the side have decided to retain Mike Hussey in the position for this year's tournament, and that Ponting, who has played 560 times for Australia between 1995 and 2012, currently combines his work as a television pundit with franchise coaching stints. He's the head coach of the Indian Premier League side, Punjab Kings, and the Washington Freedoms in the USA's Major League Cricket. So I'd say that's a very good signing by to have Phil Salt in Welsh Fire for the T20 100 League, because I say that if you ask to, after probably covering England cricket, especially over the last years or so, mainly focusing on England cricket, in T20 cricket especially, I'd say that Phil Salt has been one of their best players when it comes to performances, and that the fact that he's played 50 T20 matches, 46 innings. As I mentioned, 1,514 runs. I mean, look at the strike rate. 168 is his strike rate. That is not an average strike rate. That is not even an above average strike rate. That's probably a next level strike rate, I'd probably say. And the fact that he has 75 sixes in just 46 innings, it clearly speaks volumes of his dominance in T20 cricket over the last year or so. I mean, he has 4 international hundreds, 7 50s, and even he has 154 fours in just 46 innings. So the average might not be 45 or 50, but I'd say the strike rate is very good and very impressive. 168 is a very good strike rate to have, and that Phil Salt has been performing very well for England. I think recently, if I'm not mistaken, Phil Salt scored 141 as his highest score. I think it was some time back against South Africa, if I'm not mistaken, where he even hit Rabada for some runs, where Rabada gave 60 runs in 4 overs, or 72 runs, I beg your pardon, in 4 overs. So I'd say that Phil Salt is an amazing signing, and that he's had success in T20 cricket over the last few years. I remember he's also played in the PSL for Islamabad United, and I think he also might have played for Lahore Qalandars, but I do remember very well that he played for Islamabad United, and he was very successful in the league. So he's played in the Indian Premier League, he's played in the T20 100, he's played for England. He's a very good player because of his talent. I say that his range of strokes that he's got, his ability to take any bowler on at any side of the ground. I've seen that he doesn't just target one area. He goes for the leg side and the offside, and he's very stylish in his approach and his method. But at the same time, he's got power in his shots and his arms and his the ability he possesses. I mean, to play different strokes, to be very innovative, very aggressive, very stylish at the same time, and how to compose the innings as well. And even not just targeting any bowlers, he goes for the best bowlers. I mean, I've seen him score runs against New Zealand, especially against South Africa. As I mentioned, he scored runs against Kagiso Rabada, arguably one of the best bowlers in the last 10 years in international cricket. So it's not a joke to say that. So I'd say that Phil Salt has been a real good talent, and the biggest fact that he's 29 years old, so it took time for him to get developed into international cricket. If I'm not mistaken, he made his T20 debut against Pakistan back in 2019, so where he wasn't very successful in that T20 match, but here in 2026, he's become one of the best T20 players in the world and one of the most demanded T20 players in T20 leagues. And I say that simply because these T20 leagues brings a very good opportunity to players to show their performances, because if they do, then they get international call-ups, they get more better league call-ups, better opportunities, and then they get more money. And then I say in that aspect and in that regard, some T20 leagues can be very good to play in, and that they can be very good opportunities for young cricketers especially, and we've seen that in the shape of Phil Salt. So the fourth news which I'll be discussing is about Virat Kohli, as he's beaten records in the ODI three-match series. Virat Kohli becomes the second highest run scorer in all forms of international cricket, as he helped steer India to a 4-wicket win in the first ODI against New Zealand. Virat Kohli's master 93 of 91, his 77th ODI 50 moved him to onto 28,000 runs and surpassed Sri Lanka's great Kumar Sangakkara, sit behind only India legend Sachin Tendulkar's 34,357 runs. He hit 8 fours and a 6 to shepherd India's innings to 306 for 6 in 49 overs in reply to the Black Caps' 300 for 8 in 50 overs. In Vadodara, Darren Mitchell top scored for the visitors with 84 of 71 balls. Pacer Kyle Jamieson picked up 441 in 10 overs as India's chase suffered hiccups in the final stages. For Harshit Rana scored 29 runs of 23 balls as Lokesh Rahul and Washington Sundar helped finish off the game in the host's favour. So I say that KL Rahul, I beg your pardon, also scored 29 runs not out of 21 balls, hitting 2 fours and 6 to finish the game off with 6 balls to spare. So if we are to discuss Virat Kohli and his recent performances in international cricket, I'll say that Virat Kohli has been very good for India. I mean, if we were to talk about his performance in the first ODI, you got the man of the match. I mean, yeah, again, another man of the match by Virat Kohli. I mean, I'd say he probably had 30 international man of the matches. So I'd say that Virat Kohli has been the best batsman in international cricket, especially in ODI cricket over the last 10 years, 12 years. And in this game, in the first ODI against New Zealand in Vandora, Virat Kohli, as I mentioned, scored 93 of 91 with the help of 8-4, the 1-6, a striker of 102. The sad thing is that he could not get his 100, he could not get a century, and that his century would have been very crucial because at this late stage of his career, I mean, each century Virat Kohli can score is like gold for him because I'm pretty sure he wants to get close to Sachin Tendulkar's record of 80,000 runs. I mean, Virat Kohli has been in very good form. He's been scoring a lot of runs. I mean, I would like to discuss his stats. The simple reason behind that, I mean, he scored a lot of runs. I mean, a man with so much success in international cricket. I mean, after Sachin Tendulkar, if there's a player who's probably been the most successful international batsman, you can even arguably say in cricket, in the history of cricket, is Virat Kohli. If not in the history of cricket, I say in top 3, he definitely is. In 310 matches, he's in 298 innings, 14,673 runs. His highest is 183, which he scored against Pakistan back in 2012. His average is 58.46, exceptional average. 5,377 50s. I mean, Virat Kohli is on 14,673 runs. He is 37, but the question is that the 2027 World Cup is fast approaching. Can he actually beat Sachin's record? Virat Kohli probably have to score even a century in every game, or even go beyond that to probably beat Sachin's record. And if I was to discuss the second ODI between India and New Zealand in Rajkot, with India batting first, Virat Kohli in that match scored 23 of 29. He wasn't able to score much. Shubman Gill 56 of 53. Rohit Sharma 24 of 38. KL Rahul scoring a century, 112 of 92. Not out with the help of 11-4, the 1-6, a striker of 121. Ravindra Jadeja 27 of 44 with the help of 1-4. Nitish Reddy 20 of 21 with the help of 1-6. And Harshit Rana 2 of 4 runs. So I say that New Zealand are 19 for no loss, 3.3 overs. Devin Conway is 15 of 15. And Henry Nicholls is 2 of 7. So I say that if you had to look at the changes that India made one change into the lineup. Nitish Reddy in the lineup instead of an injured player, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I say that if we were to discuss this series in general, the third ODI is also set to play played in Indore, and then the India and New Zealand are also set to play 5 T20 international matches. So I say they're also getting good preparation ahead of the World T20. So if we were to go back to Virat Kohli, the best part about Virat Kohli is that the fact that he's won many matches for India single-handedly. He's not just a player who has individual runs and individual success. I say that the fact that he's won matches for India chasing, and the average is over 70 in chasing in when India bats second, and that he's got a lot of man in the matches. He scored a lot of runs, a lot of hundreds. He's been very consistent. His fitness has been probably one of the best by any player. You know, the ability and the hunger that he has for scoring runs, for being the best, for being number one, is what keeps him going even at the age of 37. If you have to ask my opinion, I want Virat Kohli to play as long as he can, because I would like it if he were to beat Sachin's record. Because although I didn't see Sachin play, I say that from what I've seen of Virat Kohli, I've never seen a player with such grit, such determination, such aggression, and such hunger and such passion for the game and for his country, and for the to score runs for his country, to win games for his country, to score runs in different conditions. He scored runs in different conditions, in different situations, against different bowlers. He loves to score runs against Pakistan as well. So even back in 2015 where he scored 100, I think, in Australia, 2016 in the World T20 where he scored 60 or 70 odd against Pakistan, in India I think that was, 2017 Champions Trophy in the first game, 2019 World Cup where he scored 70 odd against Pakistan, and then even I think in the 2025 Champions Trophy he also scored 100 against Pakistan. So Virat Kohli has always loved to play against Pakistan. He's always seen it as a competition against Pakistan. And I say that at times it's been rare where he's got out early against Pakistan. Recently, maybe once or twice he has in 2021 World T20, 2024 World T20. But otherwise, Virat Kohli has always been dominant against Pakistan, and he's always scored runs against them. He's always been very good in his approach, and he's always performed when it matters the most for his country, for his team. And that I mean, the standard that he set is that he's put, and he's been an example for many cricketers. I mean, many players, the likes of Ben Stokes, even players like Shan Masood, and other players have also praised Virat Kohli for his fitness, for his dedication, for his performances. Babar Azam is a huge fan of Virat Kohli as well. So that shows that the legacy that he's brought in international cricket, and that even though he's got a lot of cricket left, he's got limited time. Can he beat Sachin's record? That's interesting to see. So I say that although he's not going to be playing in the World T20, Virat Kohli playing even in the next few ODI series is what makes him a serious contender for breaking Sachin Tendulkar's record, for becoming a better player, and even going above number one and becoming the best in cricket history. So this wraps up today's show at Pitch Talk. If you do have any questions, feel free to phone Inspire FM. I will hopefully see you soon in the next show, inshallah.